Welcome to the Real Estate Addicts Podcast with your hosts,
Oh, we didn't do this last episode.
Dan Rubin, RH
God.
Investment Group.
Oh, no. Ray Hurto, RHIG.
Mark Savatsky with Choose Boston.
Hey, guys.
Wow.
What's happening?
Can't believe we missed it on the last episode.
Well,
Do you think my boot is on
Sorry,
camera?
everybody.
I mean, I think your boot is
I'm
sexy.
going to show my footwear off for a
You want
second.
to tell everybody what happened?
My socks, yeah. In general, what happened is that my ego doesn't match my body's capabilities anymore. AKA I'm old. Everyone like asks how I hurt myself, and like it's one of these like I wish I had like a sexy story, like I was saving a child or something. I lifted the car off of him, and no, I went for a very long walk on the beach with a weighted vest, and I woke up the next morning and it was just like pins and needles. So I went to see an orthopedist, and like in technical parlance, he said I pissed off like the tendon that stabilizes my foot. And it's like just very
Don't eat some
inflamed. No, a little physical therapy, and I think snowboarding should be okay in the next month.
Oh, man.
Yeah, bummer.
Well,
Wow.
Anyway,
was it a good experience, though? Did you have a nice long walk on the beach?
it was a solid like 3 to 4 hour walk barefoot. And what did me in was I think the angle and the fact that the sand is soft and that I was barefoot. So
Aren't you supposed to technically walk like closer to the water so it's harder, like a harder sand?
you'd think, but it's also like really steep there. And the foot that got fucked, if you follow me, is the downhill foot,
'Cause
both
you were
directions.
off level.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I just like kept getting pounded. Anyway.
Yeah, but did Jesse get hurt?
No, naturally. She works out.
She wasn't wearing the weighted
Yeah.
vest.
Yeah. This is cool though. This boot has a pump like Nike Jordans.
No,
And
it's
we
like
can-
what back in the day, what was the name of the shoe when we were in?
Pumps.
I don't know.
Pumps.
They were, I
What
thought they
was it,
were-
Nike?
Yeah, it was pumps.
But it wasn't Nike.
I don't know who made them.
Pumps.
I just thought I called them pumps.
Is that like the little basketball?
Yeah.
If you squeezed it too much, it exploded and the powder went everywhere, and you got your lungs.
Did it really?
Are you sure that
I
was
don't-
shoes?
I don't know.
Mm.
Could have
Where
been.
did you
Could have
grow
been
up?
some smoke.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and then I got white powder all over my nose.
All
Yeah.
right, welcome back,
Yeah.
everybody.
Welcome
Yeah.
back. Let's hit the
Here we
music.
go.
All right. So I think today what we want, let's talk about brokerages.
Talk about sales, marketing.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
like we,
You're both brokers, right?
yes, I think Mark and I both have our broker's license, but I think Mark, you started your brokerage how long ago now?
3 years.
3 years ago. And then I think we started ours or intended to start ours maybe about a year ago.
Yeah.
But you've had much more success, I think, growing your team and brand. And I really kind of give you a lot of credit for
Thanks, man.
kind of branching out. I think as a developer, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
From a kind of having that vertically integrated business model, right? And Ray and I talked about this all the time before, during COVID and stuff. It was like, hey, we we're doing our own acquisitions, we're doing our own general contracting, or self-performing. I think at the end of the day, like the disposition of an asset is kind of the last piece to the puzzle, right?
Sure.
When we were
Sorry.
doing direct to seller marketing, also, we would come across plenty of people that might be interested in selling, but the price they were looking for was the best market price. And as a developer, we have to get a certain number so we can make it work on our end. And, the thought process was, well, maybe if we kept doing that, then we could parlay that into sort of a brokerage as well. Like,
Yeah.
hey, we'll list it if you don't want
Sure.
to
Yeah.
sell.
I mean, I just had an experience like that. Permitted Deal in Newton approached me. We've the same bank we use, and this group of sellers was looking to exit the deal and sell the permits. And I said, like, I don't think I'm your guy. I'm too busy right now. This isn't something that I would really take on. It's fairly complicated, adaptive reuse. But I know a lot of people who play in this market and would be great buyers. And we lined them up a buyer, and it was a $4.5 million sale. So
There you go.
Nice.
it's great.
Yeah,
That's
it is
exactly the kind of thing you're talking about.
Yeah. And I think the biggest fear from a developer standpoint is that you'll kind of be blackballed from
Yeah.
like all other agents will no longer want to work with you because you have your own brokerage and
Or bring a deal to you.
They might bring a deal to you,
Mhm.
but a lot of times,
Well, no, I think they won't bring the deal.
Well, they want
conventional wisdom.
They want the back end.
Yeah. I'll still give them the back end. First of all, like if my phone rings, make that clear. Like, hey, if you brought me this deal and it's not on MLS, sure, we'll work together. But if they're really terrible, like, I don't know, it doesn't ever happen to me, but if just hypothetically someone brought me the deal and I was like, I just don't trust you to sell it, I would give them a referral fee or just like pay them on the back end somehow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust somebody who I didn't think was competent with my sales.
Yeah. I mean, we've run into that before.
Yeah.
Where it's like someone's brought us a deal, an agent's brought us a deal. We did not agree to list the back end with them, but I think they thought there was kind of some mutual understanding or like just like kind of that was the rule, right? And they got pretty angry with us when we said that we weren't going to go with them. But I mean, it
seems like the world is bigger now. Like, I think that conventional wisdom like probably holds very strongly in markets like Hingham or Wellesley.
It's like a tight,
these very insular networks where like, unless you use like Susie Q, who's like goes to coffee every morning with, Janice,
or like does yoga. With
like you're not going to get the 4 houses a year that come on and they're not going to bring you buyers and you're going to be excommunicated. I think that exists still. It exists.
Probably does to a degree.
It exists much less in places like Boston. Like the market is just so gigantic.
Yeah.
Like you're nobody. You are, no matter how big you think you are.
It's just such a weird mindset. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys had heard about Ryan Serhant opening a brokerage here in Boston. I mean, do you think that he doesn't want to work with anybody?
Dude, hot take.
Do you know much about
hot take? 5 years from now, we're all going to go, do you remember in 2026, that Ryan Serhant guy? Like, I don't think this is, Corcoran Real Estate's probably the closest thing. And that's now a empire. Even if it belongs to Compass now. Did they buy? Did Anywhere Real Estate?
Didn't Compass just buy another or merge or something?
I mean, that's the other problem with this argument about like, don't open your own brokerage. It's like, what are you kidding me? You work for a group that now owns Coldwell Banker, Compass, Keller Williams, maybe Corcoran, I think. Like, you could keep going.
Yeah.
So like, what do you care? You're going to keep it within your family? It's 6 million agents. Like, what? You're loyal to those guys? You don't even know their name.
It's a conglomerate. You're a number.
Yeah, get out of here.
It's like, it doesn't make any sense, right?
So what are you saying? So are you saying Serhant's going to blow up here?
Oh, my hot take is that it's going to fizzle.
Yeah. You think because he's expanded too quickly?
Yeah, I just don't.
Now he's in I think he's in Florida. I think
Miami,
he's in Texas.
Yeah,
I think he's in like he's everywhere now.
Yeah,
every big market.
Call me back in 2030. But I think we're all going to look back and go like, that was 2026.
Or he'll be like a sick acquisition.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Or he's growing to a point where then like a Compass will be like, oh, we'll just buy it.
I don't really get the appeal. Like, maybe someone should explain to me and I'm ignorant, but to me, it just sounds like somebody who's like, a fanboy who just like wants to post selfies like the 3 times a year that he'll actually come to your office on Newberry Street and shake your hand. Like, he's not going to know your name. He's not going to mentor you.
But
congrats. I don't know what you're getting. Like, if you're big on the hood ornament on the car, I think go for it.
It's like Tesla.
Well, I think but that's most brokerages now.
The hood ornament on the car.
The hood ornament on the car.
It's like Tesla when it was more popular, right? It's like, oh, I have a Tesla. And everybody kind of that was elevated, but now I'm not saying he's going to go that way, but his name has some panache, and he has a system. So I mean, you follow the system. He's only playing in certain areas. I mean,
Ray, they all say they have systems. Compass is like, oh, we have the tech, we have the tech backed. The fuck are you talking about? Like every fucking buddy is tech backed now. It's like you can go online and pay for 150 different CRMs that like whatever. It's like tech, like it's not like, I think technology is so the use of technology is not what it was 10 years ago, right? It's like when I can produce my own podcast video, I don't have to pay a videographer anymore thousands of dollars to do it. Like any Joe Schmo off the street can do it.
Yeah.
So in other words, you're saying that brokerage is almost more like a utility now, where it's ubiquitous. Doesn't matter who has it because they're going to be on certain platforms. Because I disagree. I think there's still networks of people. There's still people that only want to work with certain folks on certain sides, or they got a good referral.
I think when you get to, I think when you get to the uber wealthy, high net worth individuals, like that's a very like insular community where only certain agents are doing business with certain buyers, reps and stuff like that. But like in general, like the masses that are buying real estate, like I think they're real estate agnostic. They don't give a shit who they're working with, right? It's like, I don't know.
Maybe
we're probably going to piss off some people, but like,
we're probably already
I'm hypothesizing like what's in a name and what's in a brand and what makes us different than a big company.
Yeah, well, let me answer that.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's like, first of all, I do discount the technology piece, just like you said, like, oh yeah, great, your brokerage offers this, like, go on ChatGPT and just like plug that in. And also, we have a graphic design guy in our in-house.
Our agent that is selling 3 condos for us right now in Dorchester sent me a rendering yesterday, and he's like, "Oh, I just spent the last hour using ChatGPT to like doctor this rendering up. What do you think?" I was like, "It looks really good. You don't have to spend money. You could spend $30 a month on ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever, and you can create whatever you want."
Yeah. But you still have a class of agents that knows how to use it and doesn't. And can elevate your listing.
I'm just starting out by saying that, like, I think that the playing field has been leveled. Like, there may have been a day in time where, like, you'd be like, no, I can't go to Choose Boston because you don't have this technology suite that they have. It's like, oh yeah, it's right here. Like, it's more powerful than regardless.
That's specific to technology.
My team, I think that, like, by and large, we sell, we lease, we're good at it, we're committed to it, but I think everyone in the back of their mind has some notion that owning real estate is long-term wealth. Like, what we do every day is salary and being able to add value to a property, being able to renovate, develop, that's a seat that they'd like to get into. And so a few of my agents have gotten their construction supervisor's license, and like, the differentiator in a boutique small group like that is like, who's standing at the base of the tree, pushing you up and helping you get to the next branch. And like, please tell me who that is at your massive corporate brokerage. I've met these guys. They fly them in from all over the country. There's 6 levels of leadership and bureaucracy. Like, with our team, it's like very well capitalized. I say that humbly, very entrepreneurial. So it's sort of like, you have an idea, you want to do something cool, like, yeah, there's no like, let's run it by legal. It's like, here's the company card, do it. Let's have at it.
And we're kind of in the same, like, from a value add standpoint, we were the same way. Like, the guy that the agent that we brought on, he is interested. He's doing his first kind of flip, I guess, right now, a single family flip. And like, he was super excited because it's like, you get to pick our brain whenever you want. We're here to help you. Like, we're here to, if you want to help, if you want us to help you run your numbers, if you want us to help you look at your floor plan, like, we're an open book, and he was super pumped about that. And not only that, is like, we're offering, like, we're actually, like, we're sourcing some leads for him as well, because he's a newer agent and he's growing, and like, we want to help him grow. And it's like, all right, well, like, we'll spend a couple bucks to help you, like, source some leads and kind of get
we're successful.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also brilliant on his part to come join you guys early, because like, you're in this space every day, all day. You're veterans in some sense, as we all are now that we have gray hair.
You're fucking up your foot.
But the idea is, like, just like that Newton deal, just like kind of came to me organically. Like, who do I call with that? It's like, oh, my 3 top agents get that. Like, this kid's gonna get that call from you, and those deals present themselves, not infrequently. Opportunities, buildings. Just got a text like, hey, I have a buyer who needs a tax deferred exchange. Just pushed it to my team. So I think that and you guys similarly, it's like the mouth of the funnel, and you're just sending it down now. Like, I don't want to have my name on the for sale sign on the bottom. Like, I want your name on the rider, and I want to be there to support.
Right.
It's like where I'm at in my career. And
well, you're also kind of almost running multiple businesses, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, you don't want to get calls. You don't want to, you don't have the time to do showings, open houses. Like, you don't have the time to do any of that stuff.
No, but like, tell all my agents, like, I will always get back to you same day. Like, I might not just be able to pick up my phone at any given moment, but like by the end of the day, you'll get a call and we'll talk.
Yeah.
That's pretty reasonable.
I think so.
I guess the other side of it is that, not everybody can be their own brokerage, because you obviously have to go through the licensing to become an agent first, and then have more experience and take the test to actually get your broker's license. So a little bit of gatekeeping there in terms of like
the licensure.
You can there's only so many boats you can go fishing on.
But also, like, who's gonna join your brokerage? Like, what is your differentiator? Like, your question is very apt.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I think
why?
that's what we've had a hard time doing, and I'll be honest with you, right? Like, we found this. I don't know how. I think he reached out to me, but
it was either Instagram
what's his
or
name?
LinkedIn or something like
Lucas. Lucas. His name is Lucas Clark.
Okay.
Yeah. So he reached out. I think he reached out to me. He either saw our post on LinkedIn. Oh no! You know what he saw? He saw our video with Ennis that Ennis posted.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever.
He saw our video with Ennis that Ennis posted, and then he reached out because he saw the video and he was interested in learning, because I think we pitched the brokerage on that video.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's other than that though, it's been hard for us to find. How do you typically find your agents, or how did you find your agents?
We also
initially?
haven't really been like pushing and advertising.
No.
It's a funny business because it's one where success begets success. And like, I think I was super lucky that like Alan Wynn, the first time I posted anything, I just got my license. He's like, dude, I follow you. I love your work. I believe in what you're doing here. And I want to learn from you and work with you. And like, so that was my first agent, and he does tremendous volume per year. He helps a ton of so that's some social credibility within the community, and then shortly thereafter, like 2 more very qualified agents followed, and they pulled some junior agents with them. And like now you have
like critical mass.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
I mean, we also had kind of a couple starts and stops with folks that didn't make it to the finish line. And one of them was, going to bring a team. So, we've had that model in our mind too. Like, oh, do we give up a little bit of equity to have somebody bring on a team? And then
like run basically kind of run it the day to day.
I'll tell you, it's tough too in brokerage, because like the splits aren't, for a good agent, you're not going to bring somebody over for like 70-30, you know?
Right.
So it's not like, it's nice. It's great. It works. The business is profitable.
I think that attracts other agents. I think that is the draw.
There is an element of that for sure. Let's talk about just like sales in general, like especially new construction sales.
What about just pre-sales kind of thing, or?
Yeah, pre-sales. I really like consider myself kind of a pre-construction sales expert. I've just done a ton of that.
You've done it a lot,
so many different respects.
Yeah. How many units have you closed, would you say, before, well, not closed, had under contract before you got that certificate of occupancy?
I mean, if I'm going to count my work with like New Boston Ventures, especially, it's hundreds.
Yeah.
And I've worked with like agents all over the city who are the best at what they do. And like, I think a few truisms that stand out to me are like, one, obviously floor plans matter most. Like the layout of your unit, can't spend enough time early optimizing your floor plans.
Yes, I agree.
Such a difference.
And what, like renderings and marketing material and that sort of thing?
Well, that comes second. You can have the best marketing material you want, but if your unit sucks.
No, I agree with you there, but I'm saying like in terms of getting to the sale now, you've got a good layout, price is fine. Are you walking them through the construction site? Are you giving them kind of a virtual tour that you took on your phone? Like, how do you?
So then timeline is interesting because there are these golden moments during construction that like you can attract a buyer. You used to say that it was actually site work through framing. It was a good block of time. It's a little harder now because buyers are a little less eager. But if you have something that's really unique, that's still a good time. The problem becomes when you're too close to the finish. When you're 2 months from C of O and a buyer walks through, they're just sort of like, it kind of looks dirty in here.
So what's this about, like right after board and plaster is a good time?
Right after board and plaster is still a good time. And also because you can offer, like, if there's things that are really important to you, like maybe I can work with you on changing some of these finishes. They're not installed yet.
Yeah, that we haven't already
So,
bought out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we have short money compared to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the timing, even down to like a small tip that I once got from like Ricardo Rodriguez was just like, when you're leading somebody through a new construction project, don't ever step through a wall. Enter the unit where you should enter the unit and walk around the unit. Don't pretend to be, Casper the Friendly Ghost.
That's a good move.
That's awesome.
That's a good recommendation.
Yeah. And I think the why is really important when you're selling new construction. Someone once said to me, like, if a buyer comes back with their partner, their significant other, and you can step back and let them lead the tour and have them show and repeat, the certain decisions that were made during constructions or the floor plan review, why you chose this, why you optimized for that. So like real examples of that might be like, storage under the stairs that was otherwise going to be completely cordoned off, but like you were framing and you're like, fuck, that's great storage.
Yeah.
So we added a sprinkler head and we built this custom door.
I think also that
little things.
I think to your point, even if you're walking them through when the walls are still open, it actually gives you more of an opportunity to point out things that you've focused on or that you've like things that are thoughtful that you've included that people like behind the walls that people can't typically see at the end of the day when it's done, right? Soundproofing is huge, all that stuff, right? Like running HDMI cables or running like the tech and stuff that you can actually like physically show them is very important.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Are you still, now that you have a team, are you still doing your own pre-construction sales or do you let your team do it now?
My team takes the listings and I show up for a second showing if the team thinks I can be helpful in closing it.
You're the closer.
The closer.
Because you're the baker and the salesperson. So, you can show them how the bread's made, how it's made. There's that level of confidence that I'm talking to the manufacturer here. I'm not talking to some salesperson.
Yeah. And
I think there's some weight to that. There's some weight to that.
Yeah. I mean, that's real. But like, I think the most important word you used was like thoughtful.
Yeah.
So like, I think, build it like it's your own. There's so many decisions to build where it's like, hey man, if you were going to live here, would you have fucking done that? I can't believe you didn't put an outlet there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, code only says every 6 feet or 12 feet.
Yeah. It's like, well, your vacuum is going to go in that closet and you're going to plug your vacuum in, right? Like you couldn't put an outlet in there.
Well, exactly. Like, it's short money.
Yeah.
Or not money, no money at all. It's like your electrician's not going to charge you extra to put an outlet in.
No, or light switch placement, I think is one.
That's
where, like,
very
you can
important.
very quickly. There are these little shortcuts to me when I walk a build. I love going to open houses. When I walk through someone else's product that I can like mental shortcuts to say like, this is a good product or like, this is a hack job.
Yeah.
And like one of them is light switches.
Yeah. Not only light switch placement, but also what the light switches control, like actual circuits they control, and like, are there 3 ways? Are there 4 ways? Because it's like I've walked into builds and it's like I'll turn a light on and I'll walk across the room and be like, how the fuck am I going to turn this light off?
Yeah,
it's like what the fuck? What
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times it's like I spend a lot of time with my electrician walking every job and laying out. If it's not done by an interior designer, I will walk the job and lay out all of the light fixture locations, what loads they control, all of that stuff with my electrician. Because the last thing you want is for your electrician to do what they think is right, because a lot of times it's not necessarily the best decisions.
Like, I center these lights here, or I put them, staggered them this far apart. Knowing what the finishes will be, and I guess specific to the lights, we've had so many times where we're doing like a full size fridge and then you've got all the lights lined up, you have them right over the counter, but they didn't bump it out for that light. And so then you're scrambling to move it, 1.5 feet afterwards. And it's just the rework stuff drives me crazy.
I like to look at plumbing fixtures and showers. So like, am I going to have to like, oftentimes you can just put the valve where it's easily accessible when the glass shower door opens, or otherwise you can have to go get blasted by cold water and like hover in the corner while it heats up.
Yes.
Like, did you think of that? costs no difference.
No difference.
Yeah.
Location.
Is there a niche in the shower? Did you at least put shelves? Is there a place for shampoo to go?
The other thing I look at too is like if you do a wall mounted faucet, if it's not like, is it like off, like from the sink drain?
That's
like
a good one.
It looks weird,
Are there any drawers in the kitchen? We know that doors are cheaper than drawers.
Mm-hmm.
So is there at least a drawer stack? Like, where's my junk drawer? I need a junk drawer.
Yeah. Where's my silverware going to go?
Yeah.
Where's your silverware going to go? It's like just things like thoughtful things that you can integrate into your build that don't cost a lot of money. I know we've kind of gone on a tangent.
Is there enough closet?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You considered storage.
Closets are a big thing, I think, because I think it could be a big differentiator now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you can get closet storage solutions very inexpensively these days that look really, really good. And it's the same quality or the same stuff that you're going to get from a much higher end
or the
closet.
delta between good and better is minimal.
It's
almost like you're paying for the name.
And you and I do this, like you've used the same systems, I use the same systems, and people have walked in and be like, holy shit, like this looks really good. And I'll
tell you one recently where like I effed myself and I'm just like pissed because I didn't have to do it. But so I did some landscape lighting on my last project.
Oh, yeah.
I like have all the pathways with these like LED pucks that come on and they're on a dusk to dawn sensor. And, I've gotten more callbacks on those effing lights.
Like
anything else on
they're not working.
Yeah, this one's too dim. That one isn't coming on. They're not all coming on at the right time. No one reset the programming. The power went off and now they're not coming on. So I come over and program the thing. It's just like one of these things where like,
did you buy them on Alibaba?
No, I bought them on Amazon. Maybe it's regardless, it's like an example of something that no one expected. I didn't promise it to anyone. My landscape guy and I at the very end of the job were like, dude, for $1,000, like, yeah, let's put that in. I think that's going to be cool. So I got like the low voltage lights and the transformer and we just ran the essentially speaker wire. And like, I just wish I never did.
The dusk to dawn, but they should learn how to program a dusk to dawn. Like, that shouldn't be on you. If the power goes out, right?
I know.
Like, what's the alternative though? It's like, it's on a dusk to dawn timer, right?
Yeah, or like a manual timer. But the point remains that you can go too far and just create a nuisance for yourself.
That's very true. Also, it's like, oh, this is going to be really slick and fancy, and you try to go
providing a solution.
Try to go above and beyond, right? Like, would the buyers have not bought because they didn't have the little puck landscape lights?
No.
Oh man, we do that all the time. Like, is somebody really not going to buy it because of this?
Yeah. I mean,
how often do you have that discussion? Going back to the brokerage side of things, like how often have brokers had those discussions with you where they almost try to play the role of interior designer, and then does that become too contentious, or where do you kind of?
Yeah, if you're not selling your own product, like we've gotten into this situation before, where like, to Ray's point, a agent or a broker tries to like instill their design wisdom on you and be like,
well, no, going back to that value proposition, right? Like what makes somebody different than others?
Good realtor 100% offers that.
Do they provide useful design decisions that don't break the bank and also help you get like a really, help you get those sales?
Hit the optimal point in the curve.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Without a doubt, if I'm hiring a new construction realtor right now in today's market, like I expect them to have strong opinions. Nothing pisses me off more or like makes me think less of a sales agent when they just have wishy-washy opinions on everything. It's like, I'm not, Ray, whatever you want. Dan, if you think that the gold is good, I would say just do gold. It's like, I hired you to bring thoughts and value. Don't just pander to me.
But have you ever come across agents that will give you their thoughts, but they're not good ones?
Yeah, I mean, that's a bad agent too, and I have. Yeah.
It's like there are a lot of agents that love to give you their opinions, but they're not necessarily the best opinions.
Look, I love Ricardo. He's very strong opinions, and I think he's got great taste. So I value his feedback a lot. There are other agents that have strong opinions, and I don't like their taste.
Well, that's the problem with finishes, is that it's obviously so subjective, and so that's why the color palettes have been so muted lately, because it's least offensive to anybody. If you pick like a cherry red wall, you're going to immediately cut out like 90% of people that don't love cherry red walls. And the same is true with any other finishes. So, I mean, to a degree, maybe it depends on the buyer, the price point.
But I think that's where a good agent comes in, and a good agent should know the balance, and they should know what
the market
will attract the biggest buyer pool.
Yeah.
Right. And what finishes and where you can maybe push the boundaries a little bit on, like maybe going a little bolder in an area. Maybe you like powder room, or maybe you put like a little bit of a cool little pop of color of a tile somewhere that like, might be like, all right, but those are all differentiators that set you apart from other developers or other builders.
Yeah.
So there's a fine balance between so in other words, a good broker, that's a developer's broker, we'll call them, or agent, they'll have that mindset where they want to provide good and valuable feedback. They also don't want to, try and plow their ideas into your plans, because
sure,
you may not want that either. So I don't know how you balance the two, right? Like, because you may have an interior designer and the two of them also butt heads. So it's a lot of decisions that need to be made between developer, broker, designer, in some places architect, and balancing that, I find, can also be like too many cooks in the kitchen.
Of course. And add to that, like the easiest thing in the world for a realtor to tell you is to like constantly choose best when you're thinking of good, better, best.
Yeah.
Like a good agent is going to be able to say like, it's not market expectation. Like, nice that you want to use Sub-Zero, appreciate that, but don't. Save your money.
Right.
Yeah.
Fisher Paykel is.
And that's where that's where they can provide like huge value add.
Yeah. And in today's market, I expect a realtor to be my interior designer on small projects, 2-3 units. Like, I'm going to call you and we're going to go, I'm paying you one way or the other, the same fixed fee. Like, I'm going to get some value and I'm going to be smart about it. I'm going to hire you early, and we're going to go tile shopping together. We're going to go to Ferguson. We're going to look at plumbing fixtures. Like, I want you invested in this, and I want your feedback and your thoughts.
Well, it also,
yeah.
I mean, they're not paying for it, but they have skin in the game now, right? Because if they say, well, the buyer, like, you can say, well, you fucking recommend, you told me to do this.
I hear
the downside. That's the risk.
I hear that. And that would certainly be a reason that I probably wouldn't work with somebody again.
Yeah.
And I'd just keep that note in the back of my mind. But like, to what end? Unless you're going to fire them. Like, even contractors, I find this is a tangent, but it's something that came up recently. Just like, say someone gives you a preliminary budget, and that like when the dust settles and all the pricing actually comes back, it's double what they told you it was initially. And you're like, that motherfucker, like, great, be angry. Yeah, they did tell you that. They're not going to eat it now. Like, what do you want that realtor to do who told you that thing's going to make the sale and now it's not? Like, just apologize or bow down and say I was wrong. You're right. You're where you are. So what's the point? Like, I'm not going to call that contractor for high level schematic estimates on my next project. But if he's still the cheapest horse and the best one to ride to take this job through the finish, like I'm where I am in the third trimester, and I'm going to build the thing. So, do what's in my best interest.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah. I think too many people want to like kind of guilt the contractor or the realtor in that situation.
Big time.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's human nature. I'm sure.
Yes.
It feels good to say, like, you said to pick the gold one and I did, and the buyer feedback's been terrible. But like, all right, do you want to change it to silver, to chrome, or are we going to stay gold? Like, what are we going to really do here? Am I going to fire you now?
Right.
I guess parlaying on that, where do you...
It's also ego type shit.
Yeah. Well, that's in everything.
Yeah.
Especially with developers.
Where do you guys fall on staging? When to do it, when not to do it, who pays for it, at what, like, is there a unit count that things kind of change? Like, let's rip some Band-Aids off here and get into it.
Big proponent of staging.
Yes. And are you paying for it through your brokerage? Or is it a developer expectation?
That's a developer
cost. Or is there
cost.
a unit count where it kind of flips like, hey, you're getting like 30 units here.
Look,
give us a staged unit.
That's a unit count thing. I would certainly say unit count thing.
Or a price point thing. Like if you're selling 3 units and each unit is $3 million, it's like a $9 million sellout.
Yeah.
The agent can supply the staging.
And the other nice thing, like with being a small brokerage, like collectively ours, it's like maybe the brokerage will pay for that staging fee. Like, oh, you brought in a 14 unit building and, our split is whatever it is. And like, we are in a good cash position. Don't worry when your commission comes. Either we'll split it, maybe pay back or I pay for it, depending on the size of the thing. But like, it's just a discussion between us, and there's any number of things like that.
Yeah. But I think on a 3 unit building or something like that, I don't think an agent is that's not kind of on the agent.
I would just love to it's the builder. It's an owner cost. But you see these like corporate brokerages and it's like, who are you going to go to approve that expense?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've also really struggled to find any actual data showing that, staged units help. Everybody says like, oh, it reduces the time. It does this, it does that.
No, there is data. I say that without knowing what it is.
I haven't found it locally here to say like, oh, it's giving you this price premium.
We just staged a unit and sold it 2 days later.
And prior to it being staged, had it been on the market for a while?
No, so I don't have a...
Yeah, see. It is one of those things where like you kind of need to do it. Or like, well, instead of paying for the staging, we'll virtually stage it so someone can get an idea of what it looks like. And
I don't hate virtual staging.
What's that?
I don't hate virtual staging.
Well, you can do that for free now with ChatGPT and Gemini and stuff like that.
Totally. And
it's definitely good for pre-construction.
Yeah.
Like, or pre-CO. Like, before the dust is settled.
There's something really nice. Like, look, unless your staging is going to going to exacerbate like a bad feature. Like, say your room really can't fit a king size bed and it's super tight. Like, I don't know, maybe you are better with virtual staging and, a little bit of.
But if there's an instance where it's like, oh, everyone's coming through and they'll be like, oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to fit a dining room table there. But in reality, you can fit a dining room table there. That's where staging makes a big difference because you put a table there with chairs and be like, oh, wow, I can actually fit something there. So it's like, I think there's definitely pros and cons.
Yeah. Similarly, different Matterports, so like a floor plan scan. Sometimes I don't want that. Sometimes I just want I took this picture from this angle to capture that view. And like, if you're just clicking around at home, you might notice that the hallways are really long. Or that the ceiling heights are really compromised in some part of the unit. I don't want to show off that.
Or just a bad angle in general.
So I'm going to give you the things that I want you to look at, and you're going to make a decision whether to come see it on Saturday or not. And I hope you do.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Because everyone pushes for Matterport now.
Yeah, and I don't think it's always... I mean, we once did this thing called Floored. It was like a big project. It was thousands and thousands of dollars. But you wore these goggles. It doesn't seem so high tech in 2026, but it was when we were doing this. It was like 6 years ago.
And you could
walk around. Yeah, you almost got like a little dizzy. And after spending like $12,000 on it, we threw it away.
Have you ever done the ones where you like you're in a big warehouse and they have like a projector on the ceiling and it puts the layout, the floor plan, and you like in
so it's an
like
offsite
fully scaled floor plan, so you can like walk the actual floor plan in a warehouse.
But that's crazy.
It's cool.
Have you seen the big floor plans, the ones where you print them and they're like on a basketball court?
No, I haven't seen that. That's kind of cool too. But where do you like? It's like it's a business, like
I mean, I guess if you're building, in the burbs, and you want to just like pin the corners of your 50 by 70 plastic floor plans on the ground and see it. That's a thing.
Interesting.
I like that idea of the warehouse where you walk through with the goggles, and that's pretty cool.
It's not even goggles. It's like it literally is like a projection of
2D thing.
It's a 2D thing, but they do have the floor plans now. I mean, I think what's really going to happen is the augmented reality, I think, is going to really change the game, where it's like, okay, if the building is framed, but there's nothing there yet, you come into the building, you put on a piece of put on
what
some.
Mark was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Well, no, but this is like but like you're not physically walking the building with the goggles. You're like off-site somewhere.
Yeah, you're off-site.
No, I'm saying like the building's framed.
Oh, I see.
You're standing in the living room. You put on these glasses, and then all of a sudden you're in a finished space.
Like, well, we have all the finished materials, and here's their textures and everything.
Yeah, that's
dope.
A game changer.
Yeah, but even that, like, I would argue almost that will become table stakes when buyers just expect it, and if you don't offer it, they're gonna question or roll their eyes.
Right.
I don't know that it's in the seller's interest to be the first to offer that type of thing at all times. I just think sometimes sell the dream.
Yeah, I think going back, I think technology is really gonna change the game.
Renderings are perfect.
Yeah,
I mean, I see people selling off renderings after their building has a C of O. And why? Because there's no imperfection in that rendering. You know, in real life, the crown molding joint is separating, or there's a crack coming down.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
So people like to sell the dream, and
that's fair.
And it makes me question if I don't have at some point.
But sometimes it makes me question. It's like this building was already finished.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they still posting just renderings?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And similarly, I think you'll have that question at some point in time when they don't give you the goggles to look around the unit and to actually experience the whole thing.
Once it's like mass adopted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's
then
when
you'll say like,
why aren't they doing it?
Yeah, it's because your ceiling heights are 7 feet.
Yeah.
So
cool.
So where do we fall on the? I'll give another one to you real quick. So where do you fall on like the broker open houses and that kind of networking where it's almost like an industry insider,
or like throwing the big parties for launch parties?
I feel like it's been a while since you see like a coming soon. Join us for an exclusive pre-listing event kind of thing.
Yeah, light bites provided by our mortgage broker.
Yeah,
yeah. Insurance company, mortgage guys. Yeah.
Look, I think it helps. You know, there's no two ways about it. Do I think like a client who's like super upset that you haven't done a broker open house yet is like correct? Probably not.
Yeah.
Have you hosted at yours?
Yeah. We've done broker open houses. It's good to raise awareness. Sometimes I feel like agents just want to know where their next a free lunch is coming from that Thursday. But you know what? That's fine. And it's much like networking. It's like, you never know. Show up to the thing, bring your person, because all of a sudden, like, you meet someone else at the next cocktail party and they're like, looking for a townhouse somewhere outside Boston. And you're like, I had free lunch last week at Dan's townhouse.
Well, let's parlay it into the start of the conversation.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten a deal from a broker open house? Like, I love the product. I don't have a buyer, but like, I got this other project. What do you think? Like, would you be interested? Have you ever gotten a deal? Or a lead or something.
I don't. Maybe leads for sure. I think in general, networking and like marketing yourself and putting yourself out there is such a big part of this industry now. It's like people want to know who you are. They want to know what you're doing. They want to know that you're active, that you have experience, and that you're someone that they can trust, where if they bring you a deal that you can actually close on it if you are serious about it. And I think that's a very big part of being a builder and a developer nowadays.
Yeah. And realtor.
And realtor. Well, congrats on the success in the brokerage.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I genuinely
look up to you.
No, I think you guys are doing awesome. And the first couple successful agents who really know what they're doing, who hitch their wagons, you guys I think are going to crush it too. So
I appreciate that.
This pie certainly big enough for everybody.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah. Hey.
All right. Well,
thanks guys for leaving reviews. That's been really helpful.
Yes. Rating, reviewing, subscribing. Yes. Ray's whipping us.
Let's go. Here we go, guys. Quick.
Thank you guys.
See
you on the next one.
Later.
Cheers.